I was so desperate to get rid of my belly fat, but I refused to take those weight loss injections. The side effects really terrified me, and the truth is, I believe I've tried every single diet that's been out there. I've tried keto, low carb, fasting, counting calories, macros, running, walking. I tried all of it. You know what? Nothing touched my belly. I was feeling like my body was fighting me. And then something major happened. I was in Toronto and listening to Dr. Benjamin Bickman. He's one of the top insulin resistance researchers in the world. He said one sentence that hit me really hard, and it's changed my life. Belly fat is not a calorie problem, it's an insulin resistance problem. Watch this.
Let's tell the truth, Ozempic, 10 years from now, what are the 3 things we see coming?
Yeah, I would imagine there's going to be the 3 F's of a failure of Ozempic to address. We're going to be more frail, we're going to be fatter, and we're going to be mentally fragile. Now, why would a scientist state such bold declarations? Let's look at the fatter. Few people appreciate that some of the most common of these GLP-1 weight loss drugs in part act by stimulating the growth of new fat cells. Now, you're listening and thinking, yeah, but I lost 50 pounds. Sure, because your fat cells were getting smaller, but you were actually making potentially more fat cells. So when you get off the drug someday and you start eating the way you were before because you never actually learned how to eat differently, you're going to gain all that fat back and you have more fat cells so you could go further. So we'll be fat.
And sicker fat cells, so you become insulin resistant.
They get bigger and bigger, and the fatter fat cell is insulin resistant and pro-inflammatory, so inflamed. And so that's the fatter. The frail part kind of goes along with it, which is 40% of the weight that people lose on these drugs appears to come from lean mass. That's muscle and bone, and that is not something we gain back very well. So imagine again, when the day comes, 70% of people on these drugs get off them at 2 years. So let's say 2 years in, you get off. That muscle and bone may not ever come back, depending on your age and your sex. The fat's going to come back very happily, but it's a quirk of human physiology. The muscle and the bone may never come back. So we're again fatter and frail because our muscles and bones are weaker and smaller, and now we're going to have a harder time just living life and getting up and about.
And fragile.
This turns the food noise off. That day, everything clicked for me. I stopped starving myself, chasing fat diets, and mostly I stopped beating myself up. Now I start every morning with this little packet. I sip on it twice a day, and I just use this soluble fiber right before my biggest meals. These 2 tools support my insulin, give me clean energy, and stop all my cravings. Mostly, it helped me go from this to this in 90 days, without starving, without injections, absolute food freedom. So if you're desperate like I was, please hear me. It's not your fault. No diet can fix insulin resistance. Drop info in the comments and I'll send you exactly what I did. And make 2026 your best year.